This is One on One. We're pleased to welcome Liza Landsman, who is president of Jet.com. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Tell folks what Jet.com is.
Jet.com is an e-commerce site where you can buy everything you already get, but for 8 to 10% less.
Started when?
We launched publicly in July of 2015.
Because
All of the innovation in e-commerce for the last 20 years has been focused on speed and specialty. And we think there are a lot of folks in the country who still care profoundly about price and value.
it's interesting. So Walmart's involved here too.
Yeah, so launched July 2015, acquired by Walmart in August 2016, so 13 months after launch.
So as I think about this, you know, I mean, the commerce, the world of commerce, or retail changing dramatically. Who are your customers?
So our customers are primarily urban, older millennials, and they are people who are starting families. So it's interesting. People have this sort of image in their mind of what millennials look like, but more babies being born to millennials in this country than any other generation. So they are the folks with a lot of buying power, and they're digital natives, so their expectations are a bit different.
Talk about your pricing model. It matters.
It does matter, and it's interesting. We have a dynamic pricing model, but it is powered by something, and you should prepare to fan yourself, because I'm about to say something incredibly sexy, which is supply chain re-engineering.
Supply chain re-engineering.
Yeah. Sure.
That's hot.
I can see you're fascinated already.
Could you break that down in English?
I will break that down before everyone in the studio swoons. So most things in this country that are shipped in e-commerce are shipped by the ones. And if you think about it, there's a lot of cost embedded in shipping one thing to one person at a time. And so Jet was founded actually on this belief that there was a better way to do this, better for retailers and brands, better for consumers, and better for the planet. Because if you can ship more things together over shorter distance, you actually pull costs out of the shipping and that last mile delivery. And so we have created a dynamic system that looks at everything you have in the basket and figures out how to ship the fewest number of boxes, the shortest distance. And when we do that, we reduce the cost to get it to you, and we pass a lot of those savings on to you.
It's brilliant. Who figured that out?
The great mind of Mark Laurie, my boss and our founder.
Talk about Mark.
Mark is probably the kindest, humblest CEO you will ever meet. He is an utter math geek. He is a devoted father, and he is a brilliant retailer.
So it's interesting. We were talking right before we got on the air. There's a social consciousness of the company.
Yeah.
And so in prepping, you know, for the show, the term, you know, the diaper divide gets brought up. And I think, oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Is this a serious thing? And it's such a serious thing. It's a real thing. Your company got engaged and involved in it. Talk about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, the company was founded with 3 core values: trust, transparency, and fairness. And so when the White House tweeted at us...
When was this?
I want to say maybe August 2015, right after we launched.
Oh, so you mean the Obama White House?
The Obama White House.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes. Yes. The Obama White House tweeted at us, I think it was the digital office of the White House, tweeted at us and said, we're trying to, you know, partner with tech companies who are interested in innovation to help us solve a set of hard problems. One of the problems we're working on is the diaper gap. Would you be interested in talking to us about how to begin to address this problem?
What's the diaper gap?
So the diaper gap is simply that in this country, diapers cost much more for folks who have a lot less money. That is, if you're buying them in the bodega, you know, a few blocks north of here, they cost a lot more per diaper than if you're buying them
in the Bronx or Brooklyn or Newark, where I grew up.
Because you're buying them, or in center, you know, Philly, where I grew up.
Where you grew up in Philly.
Yeah, right. They cost a lot more.
It's just not fair.
It's just not fair. And we set about trying to figure out how do we, build a better mousetrap around that. So we took some of the know-how around supply chain reengineering that we talked about. We found a great partner on the manufacturing side, and we said, how do we pull out as many costs from this process as possible? So extra packaging, color on the extra inserts in the cartons. How do we just pull as many costs out of this as we can and still produce a very, very high quality diaper? Because one of the problems with this diaper gap is that because diapers are more expensive, families aren't able to buy them as frequently as their kids need, and it causes a real health issue.
Right.
And so in partnership, we created this incredibly high quality, low cost diaper that we provide on the site at that cost to any 501c3, not just nonprofits, and not just registered diaper banks. And that was also an innovation because there's so many great organizations and communities that are servicing these families, not just the diaper banks, so they're doing tremendous work.
Company. So interesting. Donald Trump tweeted recently that what he liked about business is that business is all in the head. You don't have to be focused on the heart.
I'm a big believer in the double bottom line. I think you can use your intellect to do great in the community. One of the values we hold most dearly at Jet is something that comes through in our hiring, which is there are a lot of really smart, talented people in the world. It is just as easy to find smart, talented people who are good, kind people. But we really have a no-jerk rule in the office.
Well, we have a very comparable rule here. We try to live by it.
It's a great thing.
And you stand out when you're not acting in the appropriate fashion. So I want to say thank you.
My pleasure.
Liza Landsman, president at Jet.com. I want to thank you for joining us. Wish you and your colleagues doing good work. Nothing but the best.
Thank you so
Stay
much.
right there. Thanks. Be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by
RWJ Barnabas Health,
Delta Dental of New Jersey, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, PSE&G,
JAG Physical Therapy,
and by New Jersey Sharing Network. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.